live now. If anyone can maybe check, but we should be live on YouTube as well. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining us for this initial kickoff for the Ethereum Protocol Study Group in 2026. We're excited to see so many people excited about learning about Ethereum's protocol. Couple quick housekeeping items before we get started. Uh, while we do hope that Jitsi holds out on us, we're kind of pushing the limits, I think, at 122 people in this call. So in the case that it does end up crashing or it slows down too much to where we can't use it, we will post another link for a Zoom call in the Discord server. So if you're not part of the Discord server, please go ahead and join the Discord server. Mario, if maybe you want to throw a link in the chat there for people who aren't part of it. That'll be the main place that we do any kind of communications for the study group. So yeah, please go ahead and join the Discord server for the Ethereum Protocol Study Group. Link is now in the chat there. Yeah. So yeah, today we're just going to go over a couple of things. We're going to talk a little bit about what the study group is and how it operates, some of the logistics around it. And additionally, we're going to debut a new self-study learning platform that we've created over the past couple of months to help not only allow for people who are interested in learning about Ethereum to be able to do so a little bit more easily, but also to streamline the process for you all when you are taking these courses. So yeah, exciting things here. It does seem like there is a fair amount of people who can't hear, but I think maybe if you just, maybe you want to throw a link to the stream also in the chat, Mario. If you can't hear us here, it might be something to do with your browser or just Jitsi in general. So go ahead and go to the YouTube stream and you should be able to hear just fine. All right, I'm going to share my screen here. All right, you guys should be able to see my screen now. All right. So again, welcome to the 2026 edition of the Ethereum Protocol Study Group. This will be the third time that we are running the Ethereum Protocol Study Group. And we're very excited to see the progression of where things are at this time around. So yeah, generally, what is the Ethereum Protocol Study Group? It's a few things. It is a platform that is dedicated to helping people who are interested in learning about Ethereum, about the core protocols that run, you know, the different bits of software on Ethereum. It's a place for people to learn about these things. So we bring in experts in the field, core devs, researchers to talk about the topics that they have expertise in and teach you all about those different topics. Additionally, it's a community. So it is a group of people who are all interested and excited about Ethereum and the technology behind it, and a place for people to share resources, to ask each other questions, and have conversation around the learning about Ethereum, as well as what it's like to work on Ethereum and all of this sort of thing. Additionally, it is a resource. So I'm sure most of you have seen epf.wiki, which is a collaborative resource that has been being created over the past 3 years or so. That has all been a collaboratively built database of information about everything having to do with Ethereum's protocol. So you can find information about pretty much every little sector of Ethereum on there. as well as have lots of great opportunities to enhance the information that is there. Who is this program for? Well, it's for anybody really that's interested in knowing how Ethereum works, but more specifically, uh, it's built for people who are interested in becoming core developers or researchers, people who are interested in contributing to the protocol, to client teams, to research directions, to any of the different bits that make Ethereum work. Uh, it's also for app developers who would like to know more about how Ethereum works under the hood so that they can create apps in a better way. Um, and then additionally, it's for people who are interested in participating in the Ethereum Protocol Fellowship, which I'm sure the majority of you know about, but it is the main program that we run that happens over the summer and fall that we might talk about a little bit later. So briefly about the structure of the program, uh, this year we'll be doing 2 weeks of intensive self-study. So this is where we will introduce the new self-study platform. And basically what that looks like is, I think we're up to about 29 or 30 different lessons within this platform in which you will be able to go through in your own time. Uh, and we could talk a little bit more about that as we get to that, but basically over the next 2 weeks you'll have those opportunities to do that, and then we will hold um, 3 different office hours meetings each week over the next 2 weeks. So this is the first of those. And so what that looks like is, Mario and I and some previous students of the study group, as well as previous fellows in the protocol fellowship, will be there to answer questions that you have about the content in the new platform, as well as have further discussions about things that you've learned or help to clarify any of the bits that maybe you're confused about. So those will be great opportunities for more in-person synchronous discussions. Um, but then in addition to that, in the Discord server, we have a new channel called Self-Study. And this channel is a forum channel that we'll have a different post for each of the different lessons. So this is also a place that you can go to get your questions asked and answered, and have asynchronous discussions about the content in the lessons in the self-study group. Yeah, I think we can go through a little bit more of what the self-study platform looks like once we get there. But yeah, so after the 2 weeks of self-study, we'll go through 5 weeks of new content. The new content this year consists of five um, 5 sessions with a cryptographer, Maten, who is going to be taking us through the nuts and bolts of the cryptography that Ethereum uses. And then additionally, we'll go through 4 different sessions with the ZK EVM team and the Lean Consensus teams at the EF to talk about the future of Ethereum and potentially where we're headed with ZK EVMs and Lean Consensus. Yeah, so some of the expectations, things that we're looking for people who are participating. You'll be learning technical topics, right? So these are things that require some computer science knowledge, uh, and things. These are going to be pretty in-depth topics. We take you from pretty introductory stuff to very advanced things. So you'll want to have at least some ability to learn some technical things, and have at least some kind of computer science background, a little bit. Uh, we'll be going through things related to the core protocol, um, going over different client implementations, going through the things that connect, the different parts of Ethereum, the execution layer, the consensus layer, all the specs, research topics, all sorts of things that have to do with Ethereum's core protocol itself. We will not be talking about anything related to applications. There will be, you know, the, this is all talking about the engine that runs Ethereum. For you, we're hoping to see some dedication and some self-direction, right? So this is pretty dense topic and lots of material. Ethereum is a broad piece of software that covers a lots of different things, and so you'll really need to have some dedication to your study and be able to have some self-direction when you're going through this material, right? We have the whole self-study platform, which is going to be on you to kind of go through on your own. And if you have questions or need things that can be clarified, we hope that you will take some initiative to try to find things on your own, look at some research stuff outside of maybe what we've provided, and then once you're still struggling, then you can reach out to mentors or reach out to some of the other student teachers and this sort of thing. So really trying to take some of this into your own hands. Uh, recommending for the first 2 weeks of study to dedicate around 2 to 3 hours a day. It is, we, like I said, we have about 30 lessons in the self-study course, and they each are around 90 minutes of video content, like of main video content, in addition to some of the additional resources that we provided. So there is a good chunk of stuff that you'll need to be looking at. So 2 to 3 lessons a day is probably the cadence in which you'll um, want to be looking at this stuff. And then the following 5 weeks, we want you to be able to dedicate around 4 hours per week to that. This will be for 2 sessions per week, which will be each 90 minutes. And then, sometime probably doing some follow-up research or participating in other kinds of things. And then in addition to that, we really hope that you participate in the creation of epf.wiki, right? So there's lots of content at epf.wiki, but there always can be more. There are definitely lessons and bits that are missing in there, so that we hope that you can make some contributions to epf.wiki. Not only will this help the broader community, but it will also help to solidify the knowledge that you are gaining through this program. It is well known that the best way to confirm that you know something is to teach somebody else how to do it. Yeah, so a bit more about epf.wiki. It is a wiki that is about Ethereum's protocol. It's got different pages on all sorts of bits of the protocol all in one place. We link out to additional resources. There is lots of text and other kinds of content that exists there as well. But the idea is that we're collecting as much of the high signal content that exists around Ethereum's protocol in one place, so that somebody who is interested in learning about Ethereum or even just referencing something has a place to go that that houses the majority of that content. The research and development around Ethereum is spread wide over the internet in many different places, videos, hackmd files, random Twitter threads, all this sort of thing. So this is our attempt at centralizing it a little bit, so that it is easier for people uh, to have a place to go. Again, it is a technically oriented place, so we want to make sure that the content that's being added is uh, of that technical caliber. Yeah. So yeah, if you haven't taken a look at epf.wiki, please do so. It is epf.wiki. All right, a few QR codes for you. Most of you probably have seen most of these things, but I will leave it up for a couple of moments if you'd like to screenshot this screen. All right, and I'm gonna let Mario take over here to talk about our new study group platform.
Awesome. Yeah. So let me share my screen as well. Um, just to recap, thank you so much everyone for being here. We have more than 150 people here, and the Jitsi is still going strong, so that's great. And now I want to show you maybe more in detail uh, what what you are going to do in this time. So can you see on my screen? Back to the slides. Is it all good? Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah. Okay.
I see them now. I see.
Cool.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, just to recap, what Josh said. Basically, there are multiple parts to the study group. There is the first 2 weeks. So starting today, we are encouraging you to start your own individual self study. So we are here to provide the support to guide you to do these office hours on Wednesday, Friday, to help where you can come and ask questions. But for now, it's up to you to just open the resources and go through these interactive videos. So for these first 2 weeks, you will focus on the study.epf.wiki. So that's the domain right here, and you can see that when you open it, there is the one available course, Ethereum Protocol 101. You might end up in a different redirect or somewhere in some calendar or something. You can always click on the protocol studies to open the course. So this is one place with all the materials that we prepared for you, where you can just go one by one and learn everything there is to know about the protocol in its current state. So starting with announcements, this is just a forum for news. Of course, we are announcing the study group. You can check it once in a while, but then you want to what you want to notice here is that basically there are three major sections: the introduction, the consensus layer deep dive, and the execution layer deep dive. So these are the three modules that contain all the information, all the resources. And starting here, here are some tips I recommend you reading at the beginning, just generally about what we are explained here, how the course is structured, but also some pre-reading, some tips what you should know and how you should approach studying this. And yeah, to give you the idea again, each session has a lecture, which is an interactive video, and then resources. So what you want to do, starting with lecture one, here is some pre-reading, so some general information you should understand before diving into the lecture itself. And yeah, my browser doesn't listen to me here, but so as you watch this video, these quizzes will pop up where at some time during the video you can take a quiz, and it will make sure that you understand, that you pay attention. So basically, you can watch it even on faster speed if you put 125 1.5 and the speaker is like so you skip through those parts and you can watch it even in less than 90 minutes. But in every 10-15 minutes there is some question for you. Sorry, my browser is broken here, so that's why it's not showing. I'm in a wrong browser, but when you open it, you should be able to see that. So This is the interactive session, and from the interactive lecture, after I watched it and answered the quizzes, so I am sure that I understand. We continue to the resources section. So here in the resources section, the information from the talk basically continues and gives you more detail. Good example would be maybe here. So here we have the introduction to consensus layer spec, and here are a couple of more links you can check afterwards. But there's also an exercise. So when I click to this button, it's always like next resource, next page, and here are some more exercises, some actual technical things that you can go through. So always make sure to open this lesson, that the resources section that follows up. You see there is multiple pages of a couple of resources in the first one, and extra reading. This book, Mastering Ethereum, is strongly recommended. It covers a bunch of the stuff from this intro section. But then there are also quizzes. So again, you can take a quiz after you do these extra readings with a couple more questions. So always there's always a way to like self-test your knowledge. Make sure that you understand the Moodle here. The platform is always providing you with some of these like self-checks. So for the first week, what we recommend is starting from the beginning and following until the first part here. So this intro and overview section. So this first section that contains the general intro that I did, and then lecture from Alex, lecture from Matt, and then this is more into how Ethereum is actually specified and tested in more detail, with also some practical exercises. And it also continues with a workshop on running on your node. And here it continues from like just the introduction to more technical parts. And if you dedicate 3 hours a day during this week, we believe that you should be able to get to the end of this intro section at least. So basically, we are doing the next call on Wednesday, the same time as now, and that will be your first opportunity to take what you learned. For example, maybe you watch the first 3 lectures up until Wednesday, and on Wednesday you can come and ask something that you didn't understand, or something more about these first topics. But it's individual, so it's completely up to you how far you're able to get, or maybe even what you studied. This is order that we suggest. But if you are interested more in the consensus, maybe you can skip execution and so on. But we recommend always making sure that you understand everything in the curriculum. There is a node workshop, for example, on the running your node. It gets a bit more technical. Then there is even local prototyping. So there are some of these challenges and some more things that you need to do by yourself. And again, we recommend doing this by yourself, just taking your time to try the exercise. And that's why we created the forum in Discord, where you can chat about it meanwhile. So before the call or during the study sessions, in this channel specifically. Okay, I'm not logged in for some reason. Okay, I don't know what happened. Oh, what? Okay, we got lost there a bit. Okay, when did I cut off?
It was about 3 minutes ago. I can't exactly remember what the topic was. I think you were.
Okay.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny?
I think you're kind of at the beginning, like how to start.
Yeah. Okay, we have people coming back. Yeah, let me share the screen and do this again.
Yeah, that's right. You were talking about the Mastering Ethereum book, I think, was about the last.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, you can see my screen.
Yeah.
Awesome. So yeah, again, the course is in three main sections. Just checking if it's still alive. The deep dives and the general intro. We believe that during the first week you should be able to at least do the deep dive, the intro section, which is these couple of lectures, and always you follow you start with the lecture itself. Make sure that you understand the prerequisites, that you know the general topic before diving into the lecture. And then after the lecture there are all these extra resources, so you can read these extra resources to learn more. I was recommending the book here, covers a lot of it. But then after this, you can also continue with quizzes. There are most of these extra these resources sections also have an extra quiz, so you can again test your knowledge. There is the learning platform is there for you to also do this, to make sure that you understand what's been done. Just a couple of simple questions, to test your knowledge. As we get a bit more technical in the lecture 3 and 4 and so on, we start with also like some exercises. So here are here is a little workshop on run your own node. So you want to just spin up a node on a testnet, so you see how it behaves. Then there is the CL and EL spec, so the actual execution and test specification, the constant specification, and how is it tested. So here you can actually play with the specs. Here's a simple exercise that makes you understand how the repo works, how you can make like a change to Ethereum specification in Python. So we are getting increasingly technical, and then it continues with the constants layer deep dive, execution layer deep dive, and this order, order that we suggest here is really suggested. It's up to you whether you follow it. Maybe you are more interested in execution, so you skip the consensus or so. But always make sure that you understand the context before diving into a lecture. So that's how you get maximum from this platform. You want to make sure that you understand the resources, that you follow up with the quizzes and the exercises, and on this part also be careful with using AI, because you can maybe use it to understand something that you missed, but because it's such a niche topic, it's going to hallucinate a lot. It might not be correct. And especially like with the things that you want to exercise yourself, you want to make sure that you actually do it and not someone else for you. So be careful how you use some LLMs for this. But you should read the intro here, where we have some suggestions. So that's how you use this study. You can also see in the calendar, you should maybe see some sessions here. So the office hours, I'm not sure about the time, what is the time zone here, but there are office hours on Wednesday and Friday, and these are opportunities for you. We'll all see it in Discord and in the study group calendar. These are opportunities for you to actually come and ask questions. Or if you are doing this individual study, you are not sure about some part or some workshop, you want to discuss it live, you can come to the call and we will chat there. We can do some recap on the call. But we at the same time we have the self-study forum in Discord, so you can see the topics there. We recommend posting questions, async there. It's let me send you the link to Discord here. Yeah, the time is 4 p.m. UTC. And so about login, I should start with that. Yeah, it's recommended to make your own profile here. You can watch, as you see, it's fully public. You don't need to register. We don't collect any data or anything. But this login, either via email or GitHub or Google account, it helps you to follow your progress, because the platform here remembers exactly what you did, where you finished, what quizzes you've done. You can maybe update your calendar. And the more we use this platform, you can interact with it much more easily if you're registered. So we definitely recommend registering, although it's not necessary just to read the content. The Also, like the forum, like the announcements is here. If you want to comment, you need an account for that. um, and so this is the actual curriculum. So this is something that is crafted as a sort of university semester, sort of like a more guided way through the protocol, that gives you like an index maybe, but the source, or the actual wiki that with all the documentation that's collaborative, is the EPF wiki. So these are connected things, but still separate. So originally the study group content lived here, and now we moved it into this more like interactive and a long-term way where at any time you can pick this up and study. But the wiki then complements it, because we don't have everything here, right? Like if I dive into the, I don't know, CLE and EL specs, it's nice that you can have an exercise and it sends you to some other links, but all the main information is in the lesson here. So you want to watch the lesson. The idea of wiki is that all the details are actually explained there. So how you want to use the wiki is that when you are studying something specific, for example, consensus layer, here you can learn more about a specific part of it, about specs and so on. So it's sort of an index, or like general overview, and then more deeper articles that explain individual topics are living on the wiki. But the main difference is that this is something that we curate for you and try to make it like a this guided process. But the wiki is out there for everyone to contribute. The idea behind the wiki, as Josh said before, you should be open to contribute and work on this with others. It's one way to basically start learning, start contributing, and get this experience of first open source contributions. Um, just to finish this thought, you don't have to start right away, but there are two ways to go around it. So again, as you are starting and learning from here and reading something that's referenced on the wiki, something connected on the wiki, like here, the intro to the protocol, this is basically covering the first lecture, so you want to read both. You want to make sure that you understand both, and if you see something that's outdated here or incorrect here, you can already fix it. But then later in the study group, where we get to the more advanced topics and the new lectures that Josh talked about, so the new content on the cryptography, on the zk EVM, that's something that's completely missing because it's new to our study group. So then you can get together with other fellows from the study group. You can actually coordinate on creating a new page. Each of you contributing a different part of the topic and cross-checking your work to make sure it's all correct. So this is something you can do maybe in like a week or 2 weeks from now, starting to work on actually new content, and that's another way how you learn technical writing, how you strengthen your knowledge about a topic. So yeah, that's basically what you can do in the coming weeks. First using this platform, and then using the EPF wiki to extract the knowledge from the new lectures. And I hope that all made sense. Yeah.
Nice, thanks, Mario.
Awesome.
Cool. I think we can open up the floor for some questions. If you guys have some questions about anything having to do with the study group, either the outline and the structure of the study group itself, or things having to do with the new self-study platform. If you have a question, you can throw it in the chat, or you can also raise your hand here and we can call and you can voice your question. Question in the chat, can a novice take part in it? Like, are these prereqs needed to be covered to even start the learning process in the wiki? There are no real prerequisites per se. Like I mentioned in the beginning, it is helpful if you have some kind of uh, like technical background, some computer science experience, or you know something to this nature. It will help you to understand a little bit more what's going on. But we do take you from like pretty bare bones 101 sort of stuff that you should be able to understand at least the first third of it without having too much of a computer sciencey type background. But it is helpful. But there are no like reading prerequisites or anything like that. Ahmad, you have a question?
Yeah, hey, so in the study wiki, the study group wiki under my courses and like dashboard, I currently don't see anything listed under my courses. I do see in protocol studies there is like the course section. Just wondering, is that something that needs to be done on, like the back end in terms of admin that handled or finalized the registration, or perhaps maybe I missed something in the process to register that course, this course?
Yeah, Ahmad, sorry about that. So one thing I forgot to mention because it's not in my UI, but you want to click on enroll in this course. So if you log in and you go to my courses, or if you go to the course, it should give you an option to enroll, and then you will see it between my courses. So here is the link directly to the course where you should be able to enroll. And as we get, enrollment in this course, we will also enroll everyone automatically after you register, but we will do it later as we have more users. Also, one thing I forgot, like, we prepared this in the last couple of weeks, and so if you guys aren't sure about the some content, if there are some bugs or issues, please report it to us. We will still be improving this as we go. Of course, it's something that's pretty new, so there might be some um, technical issues here or there. Um, okay, moving.
Cool. I'll just reiterate that again, this is pretty experimental right now. I'm sure that there are things that are incorrect and some bugs and stuff in there. So I did, there is a bug report link. Come across the bug, please let us know so that we can clear it up quickly. We want to make this as easy and user friendly as possible for people who come after you for the study group. So you guys are kind of guinea pigging this platform for us. So thank you.
I see another question which is about like the new tracks and where is the new content because you don't see it on the platform. Yes, it's the platform right now. It hosts the content that exists. The new stuff it doesn't exist right now. It's going to be coming live 2 weeks from now. So we will add something to the EPS, sorry, to the study EPF wiki as well to the platform, but it won't be in this curated interactive way. It will be a live session, so then you will get invitation in the Discord. You will see it in the protocol calendar. Again, you can follow the protocol studies calendar in Google, or you can see events in Discord, or in the study.epf wiki. You will see the sessions there. These first 2 weeks, office hours, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then starting Monday, March 9, there will be the math cryptography and more sessions.
Yeah, just to reiterate that the content that is on study.epf.wiki is all content from the past 2 years that we've run this course, and the new content, the cryptography and the ZK EVM lean consensus stuff, is live content that will be live with the people who are teaching those particular modules. So you will not see them on the study page.
Yeah, there are multiple questions about whether we talk about some DeFi protocol or applications here. Again, to reiterate, this has nothing to do with the app development, with Solidity, with Uniswap protocol, or any DeFi stuff whatsoever. This is the technology that powers it. This is all the low-level technology that's actually implemented in some low-level language like Go, Rust, C, and then the applications are in a different layer of Ethereum. So we are not going to talk basically almost at all about any like DeFi stuff uh, at all. It's all actual technical core resources about Ethereum.
Cool. I'm also seeing some questions about if I participate in this course, will that enroll me for the fellowship or and things of that nature. Generally, this is a great first step for you if you're wanting to participate and become a contributor to Ethereum, to to be able to learn about the different parts and figure out what it is that you're interested in. But participating in this study group is not a guarantee that you will be, uh, you know, uh, selected for the permissioned part of the protocol fellowship. It certainly is a good signal, but it's not a guarantee by any means. Um, so yeah, please don't expect that if you complete this course that you will automatically be enrolled into the protocol fellowship. That being said, EPF is a permissionless program, so just like this study group, anyone is welcome to join and participate. It just will be in a permissionless way as opposed to the stipended permissioned manner. Um, yeah, a couple other quick questions. There's a question about mentorship. We do have a selection of student teachers and mentors from past EPF cohorts as well as past study group participants that will be monitoring the Discord for questions and help with answering some of those things and some minor mentorship. You shouldn't expect them to take a bunch of their time out of their day to answer all of your questions, but they are there to assist this process. So yes, there will be some mentorship from past contributors. Yeah. Is the timings for live sessions same UTC4? Yes, most of the live sessions will be at this same time, ETH o'clock, around 4 p.m. UTC. However, there could be some outliers, which we would let you know well in advance.
When we enroll for this course, what exactly do we get? So again, everything that we showed, the course is covering all the details about Ethereum protocol development. So the client implementations, the testing, the research. If you're interested in some of these, it will help you to get on track. So more into like the EAP development from what you mentioned, or like the core blockchain technology. It's really just about this. And as Josh said, like one way you can utilize this knowledge is the fellowship afterwards. The fellowship is something that you need to apply for. It's the criteria are much more strict because there we are looking just for the most dedicated people with most experience. However, there are many people from the study group from a year or 2 years ago who made it to the fellowship and has been one of the best fellows. So it's really an opportunity to learn and then either find opportunity to contribute somewhere or contribute using the fellowship, or just generally be on track with the core development and continue learning and helping Ethereum to continue on the roadmap.
Yeah, see some questions about languages. There's no requirement for any specific language for participating in this program. Uh, it really is more about what you're interested in and what languages you would like to learn, or you maybe already know some. But typically, we're looking, Ethereum uses low-level programming languages like Rust and Go, and C Sharp, and things like this. The specs teams use a lot of Python. So these are languages that would be helpful for you to know, but you don't need to necessarily master any of these languages in order to take and participate in this study group course. And even for people who have participated in the fellowship, some of them actually learn languages during the fellowship time. So I wouldn't focus too much on like I need to know this language before I can start doing anything. It's more this program is more about learning the concepts around the things and the architectures of the different clients and the ins and outs of the different specifications and less about a specific programming language per se.
Basically, the client implementations are in many different languages: Go, Rust, C Sharp, uh, uh, TypeScript, NIM, Java. Many of these major languages. And if you are interested in learning one of them, or the one that you are most comfortable with, you can dive into. In the course, there are actually examples from Go Ethereum, written in Go, from Red, written in Rust, and from Teku and Besu, written in Java. So there and the Python specs. So there are examples in multiple languages. Yeah, Zig is great as well. Yeah, I was looking for that one. Um, and yeah, is it recommended to complete the whole course modules before the upcoming 3 weeks tech talks? Yes, that's the idea that in the upcoming 2 weeks you should cover most of the Moodle resources. So the interactive sessions that we have there, of course, it's not required. It's up to you how much you are able to spend. Maybe you will do just the first part, but it's the more you are able to learn in the first part, the better you will understand the more advanced topics, of course. But it's up to you how much you are able to dedicate, and we believe that during the 2 weeks you can get enough knowledge to continue.
Yeah. Next question. The live sessions will be recorded, so the new topics they will be live streamed, but also recorded. We will share some pre-reading, pre-live session resources so that you can get up to speed a little bit with what the topic might be about. And there will, very likely be resources shared during the live sessions that then we will uh, put in the epf.wiki session for that particular lesson. You do not need to enroll for these sessions. You can, if you are part of the study group Discord server, we will post a message each day basically before the session starts with a link to the stream. So there's no like real enrolling that needs to be done. Anybody can come and just watch them, but yes, they will be recorded. So if you're unable to make the live session, you can watch it afterwards. There's a question about projects that would be welcoming contributors. If you are interested in making contributions and you feel like you have enough knowledge and skill to be able to do that, Mario and I have put together a website aggregator called gfi.bordel.wtf that basically aggregates all of the good first issues around the repos in core Ethereum. So you can take a look at things that like good issues that different clients or research specs stuff are looking for assistance with. Yeah, but I think if you don't know much about Ethereum's core protocol, you should probably focus mostly on your learning and education over the next couple of months, and then take a look at good first issues later. We will be releasing an application for the protocol fellowship likely late April, after the study group has completed. Somewhere in there. The link to that aggregator is above gfi.bordel.wtf.
Yeah. So the timeline that we suggest is like if you have like some knowledge about Ethereum and you have some computer science background, you are on the track to participate all year basically by starting with the platform, then doing the live sessions. At that point, you should have enough knowledge to start doing some of these good first issues. And if you prove that you have these capabilities, then you might be accepted to the fellowship that runs till November. But again, the fellowship applications will be open in April, May. Since starting now, you have more than 2 months to basically get ready and learn as much as you can to have a chance to get accepted there. But even if you don't get accepted, the fellowship is open. You can always participate, but you need to really be ready to undertake much bigger project in the fellowship. So that's something that you really want to dedicate yourself to and understand what you are signing up for there. How we can get involved in the research. It's sort of the same as the development. I mean, we talk here a lot about development because, well, that's what is the prevalent part of this, like 80 to 20 maybe, but still the research is very important. There are many interesting researchers, so the lectures that you can see cover also some parts of the current research, but the problem is that it's changing a lot. The roadmap is being updated nonstop, so we were not able to do like up to date resources on main research topics in the Moodle. However, to understand them, you need to learn first what's there. And then the advanced part, as we mentioned, there will be Lean, there will be zk-EVM. A lot of current research will be discussed in the advanced topics, so it will also get you on track of being a researcher. Yeah.
Awesome. I think we've covered all of the questions that I can see in the chat. If you guys have any other questions or comments, please feel free to put them in the chat or raise your hands. We have another 6 minutes or so here. Otherwise, yeah, we can
Feel free to ask
get you all.
more.
There's no requirements for the EPF fellowship. Specifically, we take a lot of things into consideration. Uh, some of it's your background, some of it's your past contributions, some of it's what you are interested in working on. But there's no like specific requirements or criteria for acceptance in the fellowship. There's a lot of it is just, you know, uh, those things that I mentioned previously, taking a look at your GitHub repo, your past contributions. So there's no real like way to game an application. It's really like we take a lot of things into consideration when looking at them. Yeah, that would your next steps for the beginner are to create an account or not create an account and start learning on study.epf.wiki. That is the mode here. Any restrictions on use of LLMs or coding agents? Most of Ethereum tends to be not coded with LLMs, though that seems to be changing a little bit. We are pretty, we tend to be wary of agent coding because Ethereum software is so specific and is also uh, very has a lot of risk involved in potential bugs and stuff. So we tend to not focus much on LLMs and agent coding, and especially like if you are going to be participating and contributing to epf.wiki, we really ask that you keep LLM contributions to a minimum. We want this to be created by people who are studying and knowing about the about Ethereum itself, explaining it to other people who are wanting to know about Ethereum. Anybody can put a query into an LLM to figure out the answer to a question. This is wanting to be more about sharing resources and things from humans to humans. How to traverse the topics in Ethereum R&D. I don't really have an answer for that one. Just scroll through them, I think. Yeah. With mastering Ethereum earlier, curious how you guys see it fitting alongside the study materials. Yeah, mastering Ethereum is a great like supplement to these things. It goes quite in depth in a lot of these topics and is a great resource for continuing your understanding. I would imagine that a lot of people could just read Mastering Ethereum and know the vast majority of things that are also uh, in the study group and in the wiki. These are just like different ways of being able to understand the content. And I would say that one of the benefits of using the study.epf is that there are these like knowledge checks as you go along to make sure that you actually are grokking what the content is trying to teach you. Sometimes when we're reading a book, we can like assume that we're knowing the content like as it's coming in, but yeah, being able to actually quiz yourself and test yourself on the knowledge that you're learning is super helpful. All right, we've got 1 minute left. Any last minute questions, please raise your hand. We won't be answering any more chat questions. So if you have a question, please raise your hand and voice it. Otherwise, we'll see you in the Discord. Yeah, Sid, what's up?
Hey, so yeah, I had a question. Now, EPF, the study group is only for 2 weeks here, and we have like two major, components of the Ethereum system, which is the consensus layer and the execution layer. Now, do you recommend that all the students they kind of learn all the lectures on CL or EL, or they kind of focus on the area that they want to focus on, like EL or CL or the EVM or ZK? Because there's a lot of material, and in 2 weeks that would be kind of good to figure out if you're supposed to learn everything or focus on what you. Yeah.
Now you can hear me on the stream. Sorry about that. So as I was
No, we
saying,
could we could we could hear you. We could hear you.
yeah, but not on the stream. The order, the order is more suggested by the by what we think is the best, but especially in the second part, in the deep dive, the topics are really go like further to different places. So it's up to you if you want to prioritize something, if you're more interested in one part or another. The order also means that like if you check just for example first two sessions from the CL deep dive, first two sessions from the EL deep dive, you will have much better idea of how the core works. And then the further sessions are like peer to peer, and maybe if you're interested in networking, you want to check that. But otherwise, it's some extra detail of that specific layer. So again, follow the suggested order and prioritize depending on what you are the most interested in. The quantum cryptography lessons, there will be one session focused on this because it's part of the lean consensus, it's part of the research roadmap of the lean and ZK EVM, so it will be discussed like later in the March, one of the last sessions. But important topic here, the one that I would like to use to wrap up this call, what is the topic of the next session? So just to reiterate, it's up to you what's the topic. It's individual, it's self-directed, it's self-study. You have all the resources, you have all the power in your hands, you have everything that you need to become protocol expert basically. So just go ahead and get started. So again, open the study EPF wiki, how to study lecture 1, lecture 2, just go one by one, and take as much time as you have or need or want to invest, and we will see you again on Wednesday, same time. Wednesday, we will meet here in an online call where you can bring up what you learned in these couple of days and discuss it with us. You can ask questions. You can further your knowledge with it will be basically like AMA or Q&A where you can come to bring up your what you learned during these first days, and we'll dive into that. So what you can expect is that we will mostly talk on Wednesday about the first couple of sessions, the lecture 1, 2, 3, maybe the 4, and running notes, stuff like that. So make sure that you've seen at least those, and please come on Wednesday to meet us again, to meet the other students and us, and discuss what you learned. Prepare some questions if you're unsure about anything. If the lectures in the resources didn't answer all your questions, you can come and we will try to do that on Wednesday. So we will see you 2 days from now and dive deeper. But again, don't wait for it. Like, do your own studies and then come to report what you learned, what you missed, what you didn't understand. There is no shame in anything. It will be a space for you to come and discuss the specifics of what you did.
And to just wrap that up, remember that there is a channel in the Protocol Studies Discord that houses conversation around this self-study platform. There is one post for each lesson. So if you have questions or comments or things that you would like to discuss about a particular topic, please take a look at the self-study channel and post it in the proper post, and we can have some conversation around it there. Thanks for joining us, everybody. This has been a great session. If you have any other questions or comments, please do reach out in the Protocol Studies Discord. We'll be around to answer some questions and help point y'all in the right direction for different things. So again,
Awesome.
Thanks so much for being here, and we'll see you on Wednesday.
Yeah, thank you so much, everyone. The study group officially started. Go for it. We'll see you on Discord. Bye-bye.